Let's learn how to create all of these charts and make them work together to create a dashboard in 6 minutes. I have all my sales data here. I'm going to hit Control, Shift, right and down to select it all and then insert our pivot table. I want to group by month the number of sales in dollars. Now I'm going to Control C, Control V to copy and paste this. And then let's this time group by region and the total units. So the group by goes under rows and any type of math values goes in the value section. Now I want to see revenue and profit as a sum, or I want to add all of it together. So I'm going to hit sum and select all of the values. And then again, equals sum, select all of the profit values to add them all up. And now I have these values and we need to change this to dollars. And I'm going to get rid of the decimals to make it easier to look at. If you don't do this, it will not show dollars in your chart. So now let's insert a pivot chart. I'm going to go with a line chart and I need to click on the legend and right click on these to get rid of them and move that in place. Click on the other chart we've got there and insert another pivot chart. This time it's going to be a donut. Same thing, right click to hide those and click on the legend to delete it, and let's resize it down. Just a rough estimate is fine at this point. And insert a shape. Let's draw in a rectangle. I wanted it to equal our revenue because I want revenue to show up in this rectangle. So if you click up on the formula bar, type equals and select, you've got it. And then all I did there was just format the shape to be 3D. And I'm going to format the text, make it larger. You can always go back and mess with this. So just a rough estimate is fine. And let's move that one. I just did a Control C, Control V to copy paste, and now I'm going to type in equals and the profit value. And same thing with this, I am going to change the font size, make it bold, a lot bigger. Feel free to try some things out while you're doing this. Then let's go up to insert another shape, and we're going to create a smaller one here that is profit. That's going to be our title. And we can move this into place. And I just did a Control C, Control V to copy paste. Let's change the title to revenue for this one. Now to get those charts looking like that, if you go up to chart design, you can click on quick styles and it will automatically format these for you. So now I'm going to insert some rows here. So I've got some space above because what I want to do is go up to insert a slicer. And we want to do that by region. So by region, these are going to be essentially filter buttons. So every time you click on one, it's going to filter it down to just that region. Now, if you go up to buttons and increase them, you will get them going across horizontally. We have 4, so 4 across works well. Now let's type in our title. Let's call it annual sales. And then again with the font and the formatting, increase it to make it really stand out. And then what I want to do here is delete those rows and now test it out. So far, so good. Let's go back up here to shape format and change some things around here. Let's do no outline because we don't want to see a rectangle. And then no fill as well because you want it to be transparent, and repeat that step. So no fill and no outline. Next, what I want to do is format this title. I'm going to bold it, make it a little bit larger. Let's go with total profit so it's really clear. Whenever you're making a dashboard, you want to make sure that it's really crystal clear what your data is saying and what it reflects so that there's no confusion. I find a lot of the time with dashboards, it's spent rearranging things and making it look nice. So again, go ahead and do whatever makes sense for your data. And let's format this. We just click on the big A to make that larger, bold. And again, total revenue, just to be crystal clear with what your audience is reading. So let's move that right on top of our shape. And the same thing with the total profit. Looking good. Now what we want to do is press Shift and click on both of them. If you notice, when you do that, you can increase font at the exact same time, so you don't have to do it separately. Now, when I go over here up to the top menu here to format, I want to make these 3D to stand out. So I have a shape behind that pie chart, and I tried to save some time here. So the shapes are always inserted the same way that we just did for the total revenue and total profit. So now it's really coming together. We updated our other chart as well to be that 3D format. And now let's make sure our titles make sense so that we're just really clear, looking good. And now what we want to do is, again, with the shift, we're going to make those titles a little bit bigger. And with themes, let's go to a different color theme. Let's go with blue. This is going to make it so that we have all kinds of shades of blue and green to choose from. It's a nice little trick there, especially if your company colors are blue or whatever they might be. So we've got our heading now blue, and let's change our titles there to be blue. And now when I click on the chart here, I can change these markers to the built-in option and make them larger and a solid fill, and pick a different color if you want so they really stand out. Now as I click, you see it's changing region in our line chart. Now I want to right click here and change that to value and get rid of the show leader lines. You can choose what is shown on your pie chart. So now it's a value and a percentage. And then you can right click here and format. You can change the text around here. Lots of different options. You can move those labels down. Go ahead and try it out. There's your dashboard.